talking to a lecturer help one, as in coping to the pressures of university?
Secondary school, most of the work we used to do, 25% of that work was not really based on art as it is right now at the university. 75% is in, 25% is my lecture. So when I have an awful lot of work, could be I don't know how to tackle some issues, I don't know how to underline certain things on my own. So talking to a lecturer would really help me because he would simplify. They say a race that has been run by a man is definitely won by a man. So if I talk to my lecturer, he'll be able to simplify things for me. I'll know what to stand, where I need to correct myself, what work I should do, and what work I'm not supposed to do. Because many a time we do a lot of things at the same time, but things are not even necessary. But when we talk about it, I get to know, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is the work I'm supposed to do, and also how I'm supposed to do it.
All right, thank you so much. Right. There is this aspect. I think that's one of the strategies which could be, it is so imperative, where one could cope with the pressure which is in the school. You join a study group. What could be your take on joining a study group?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Cornelius Kabila. Joining a study group to really help you to meet your goals. One, not just join a study group anyhow. Join a study group which is run by the faith students, because those they have an experience. They are going through that situation which you are coming across. So if you join the group which is run by the faith students, they'll help you prepare for the course outside and the topic which you want to do and help you how you should go ahead with them.
All right, thank you so much. Just to add on join a study group, studying with others, other people can help you understand difficult areas of your subject. You get it can also motivate you and help you stay on track. All right, let's move on. Another aspect, I think this is also one of the strategies to cope with the stress related to workload. Uh, do more than just reading. Karen, what could be your perspective on this one?
Okay, I'll bring in, I don't know if it is a myth, but we definitely fall it in the scope. They say a good lawyer is one that knows where the law is. So when we say do more than just reading, there's a difference between studying and reading itself. When I get a book, that the novels nowadays, there's the internet. When I read, I'm reading to get the story. Okay, where is it going? What is it talking about? Who is this person? What is this person doing? When I study, I am studying to understand, I'm studying to know, and I'm studying for me to get a better perspective of everything. So when we say do more than just reading, we're saying you need to put extra effort. Do not really read, study. Because when you study, you master it. But when you read, it's just a short period of time. I've been involved in a situation where I fell, many a times because I tend to read and go in an exam room, then forget about everything. Then I start telling myself, my brain has disappointed me, very painful. But then if you study, you're able to remember. If you read, you're memorizing it. So the basic thing is, please do not do only reading. Study so that you are able to know what you are reading, what you are studying, and how you're going to work on it.
Thank you. In case you've just joined us, we are discussing about coping with the pressures of university. We have quite some underlying strategies to how students can have develop an approach to cope with these pressures. Okay, moving on. Or right, as a student, there's this idea of mostly we just want to read. You get, or we did also term reading as study. But I think this one particular aspect could be useful. I really want your take on this one. Yes. Formulate questions on topic you're studying. How would this one help a student?
Okay, thank you very much. Formulating the questions as you are reading, it will help you as you are starting. One, by taking notes and the points from the topic which you are reading, and also by reading loud, where you are forming, you are telling your mind like you must master that thing which you are studying, not just you are just reading as a story. No, you must at least you have a piece of paper and a pen as you are studying, so that you pick up from the topic which you are reading, you pick up the important points, you notice them, and you expand them in details.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to move on.
I don't feel what Brian said. Yeah, like you said, school is not something stupid. You know those. Let me take you back to primary school, where somebody writes you a letter, kiss it before you open. You know those things we used to.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
school is not kiss it before you open. You know, it has to. It's a diverse thing. You are in a dilemma. You look at the work you are being given. If you confine it only to you, it becomes very difficult. So, like you say, you read out loud, you formulate questions, so you know why you're going wrong. Yeah.
All right. Just to add on, sometimes it helps to approach the study material this way. You get where you formulate questions on the topic you're studying. It gives you an opportunity to think of examples and outline various answers. I hope that is helpful. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to time management tips. I think this can also be help. This is also helpful.
Yeah, sure, sure.
You know, time management tips can help you stay on track and get these assignments done. Yeah. So the first pointer is do not put off studying today. Right. How would one like? How can you put someone in a position, or try to explain to one or two, or say one or two from three students to understand? Do not put off studying today.
Thank you very much. It is very important whereby you plan your way, not just like if, for example, they have given you an assignment, then you decide like, oh, instead of you starting tackling it today, you start changing the days. No, I'll do it tomorrow. Then when like you reach tomorrow, then you change up. I'll do it in the afternoon or evening. Then once again you reach in the afternoon evening, you failed to do it. You postpone it. Then that will affect your brain or your career because like you're not managing your time accordingly.
All right, thank you so much. Just to emphasize on this point of do not put off studying today. We all feel overwhelmed when we have to study a lot of materials, don't we? However, it is important not to to push studying or assignments aside. Instead, break tasks into smaller tasks and focus on progressing through each stage. Hope that has been helpful. Uh, Let me take some questions from the audience before we proceed further. Do you have any questions from the audience? From the things we've discussed so far? Okay, since the audience is still processing, we'll proceed. Let's go to the second assumption, which I also think this is a strategy also. To time management tips, do not rush. Karen, what would be your take on it? Do not rush.
Okay. When you go to driving school, they'll tell you, when you rush, you crash.
Sure.
You know, but anyway, that's vehicle related. So when you bring it in based on logistics, when we say do not rush, there are times when, like I said, there are times when you want to grasp information in a lot of information in a short period of time. You are rushing, you are panicking. When you panic, you stress. When you stress, you fail. But when you sit down and have enough time to plan, enough time to put a layout, that is why timetables are very important. Sorry to just to add on extra information. Timetables are very important because when you put up a timetable, that is your schedule. You will know I have to rest. You will know I have to see who. You know what time you're supposed to study. That way you do not have to rush. Because when you rush, information that enters you on daily basis has to be swallowed in by your brain. Your brain capacity can only swallow in that which is equivalent to it. There is no more to that. You know how IQ works. So when you rush, you crash. You need to pay attention to whatever you're doing. Take a slow motion mode so you don't get to crash.
All right, interesting. Well, just to emphasize, sometimes we read through something quickly. As regard to the not rush, sometimes we read through something quickly and think we know it.
Right, it's the correct feeling.
However, this is not always the case. Be sure to move on the next bit of information only when you feel confident with what you came before. Okay, let's move on to the next assumption, which is another strategy. Create a plan. Right. How would one, as a student, we're still discussing about coping with the pressures of university, and now we are at time management tips. Okay, and there is this aspect: create a plan. What could be your take on this one?
Thank you very much. Create a plan is very also important part because it helps you like to go through what you're supposed to do, to review your points in order, not just like you're doing it in impromptu ways.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's a way of reviewing your plans, which you have planned already, but you just want like to put them in order as you want them to be.
All right, just to emphasize, create a plan. Give yourself time to review all the material that you need to, and leave more time for difficult topics. Create a schedule and break each segment into smaller segments that you can accomplish small goals. All right. Let's move on to self-confidence. Let's talk about stress related to self-confidence. Uh, we also have some strategies under this topic. Let's let's kick off by say let me start with Karen. Practice self-care. How would one practice self-care?
Um, it is very important looking at the environment. You know, self-confidence is one of the biggest aspects that one has to um, look for within themselves. When you put in an aspect of saying, for instance, I'll give an example of if you lack self-confidence, their presentation. That is why I say it is different from primary school, secondary school. Here we have presentations. You have to face everybody. You can't run away from that. Okay, so when we say inside you there has to be a motive, you have to arrange yourself, you have to organize yourself, to be able to face people. Self-confidence is it's equal to self-esteem. When I go and there are times when you face somebody, we ladies have issues. I have a crush who somebody else is crushing on. I have who's crush and who's crush. We're in class and I have to make a presentation. If my self-confidence is lessened, I'm not able to bring out the points I'm supposed to bring out. But then if I have self-confidence, I am organized, my priorities come first. I'm able to tackle every issue. Okay, that was the starter point I wanted to bring in what you said, self-confidence. Could you kindly read the question again?
The question is on practice self-care.
Okay. So, self-care. Self-care, we're not talking about, when we say self-care, well, obviously everybody's about, unless in certain situations. But when we say self-care, we're saying the inside you. That is why we're bringing in the part where we say self-esteem. When you care for yourself inside, it is brought to the outside. If I know definitely I am going to win this, it is inside me. I have trained myself. That is self-care. Train yourself to be basically what you want to be. That is self-care. Tell yourself you can do it in self-care. When you are self-careless, you are telling yourself this is impossible. When it is impossible, it can't be done. So that is all about self-care.
Like just to add on, where she has told it. Also self-care, whereby you cannot be studying, reading, minus eating. You can't continue education with hunger, sorry, with hunger. Because like you may craft and you can't pay attention to what you are doing.
Yeah.
You need to feed yourself at least you feel like okay, I'm satisfied with what I'm doing now. Let me go back to my studies.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when you can enjoy your studies.
Yes. That's some wisdom.
All right. A different, a different perspective about practice self care is number one, sleep well, eat healthy food, and exercise as much as you can. Treat yourself and take care of your appearance. How you treat your body will have an impact on your learning. Okay, we move on to the next one. Remain positive. So bright music. Remain positive.
Yeah, more positive. This is a situation where most of the students they have challenges. Like if they have given you a quiz, then you have seen your friend has got maybe A plus and you have a D. You start accusing yourself maybe for not studying. That is bad. Remain positive, like have that spirit of okay, I'll do it no matter what. I'm going to make it, or I'll be like him, or like let me join him, let me ask him how come he has mind to do these things so that I may also next time be accounted on those marks. Thank you very much.
All right. We're still discussing about coping with the pressures of university. Yes. To give another perspective about remain positive, I've something with me here. Sometimes you may get a bad grade or get frustrated with the task. It is important in these situations to remain positive about the broader picture. Focus on something funny, something you love, or something that brings you joy when you feel down. All right, we move on to have fun. Remember, we are talking about strengths related to self confidence. Have fun. Karen.
All work, no play, makes Johnny Bravo.
Sure.
When you talk about having fun, definitely we're not talking about drinking, smoking. That's where you exact. Because what we're doing, we're trying to put youth in a way that they understand what their value is in society and the things are capable of. So when we say have fun, we mean give yourself free time. It's not every time that you're supposed to be on your books. Like I said, look at your brain capacity. So when you have fun, you go out with friends, you have fresh air, watch movies, you can go out definitely for a movie, you can go out for shopping. It's a way of having fun at the end of the day. So having fun is a strategy because it helps you breathe in fresh air. It goes out of it brings out the stress, it brings out the depression, it is a reliever. When you go out and have fun, you find peace, different environments. Yeah, that is all I can say about having fun. And my other point is on having fun is mind the way you have fun. Many a times is for instance, let me give an example of drinking peer pressure. When you go out and overdrink, okay, you get to forget who you are, you get wasted. Everything that you have taken in as a person. But I mentioned your priorities come first.
Sure.
So right there and then when you get wasted, your priorities, where are they? There are things that you would do, when you get drunk that you will not do when you're yourself. So getting drunk is not a way of having fun. Neither is it a way of running out from problems. But when we say having fun, we're talking of you just simply going out and watching a movie. You have your phone, play a game, do something, do activity, have practice activities that help in your inner growth. It could be physical growth, but inner growth matters as well. So that is all about having fun.
Certainly, yes. Karen, it's important to have a balance of school and personal life.
True, very true.
Thank you so much. We move on to silence. Silence your inner critic. I think this is the majority.
Yeah,
We suffer from this problem.
it's the same way.
You get. So, right. I want your honest perspective on this one. Silence your inner critic. How would one be able to silence the inner critic? That feeling, man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cornelius. Yeah, like, how can I put this things? When you have an idea of what you want to do, then obstruction maybe comes in, but you really want to do that things. You may have another options where you quit from that environment. For example, maybe you are in the room where like there is too much noise, where you can't start. You are feeling everyone is just all over doing what they want, but you want to concentrate with education. So it is you to decide, should I continue staying in this environment or I choose somewhere else where I can feel like really I'm enjoying studying than someone like pushing me in pressure as I'm doing the important things.
Exactly. Karen,
And also to add
perspective
on,
that.
Cornelius, I was reading an article about Oprah. We all know Oprah is a very successful woman. So I was
Sure.
reading an article of Oprah where she was rejected at TV station for not having the self-confidence. Okay, this goes back to criticism. When you criticize yourself, if Oprah criticized herself to say, okay, I can't do it because the world has criticized me. I mean, I cannot manage, I don't have the confidence. Oprah would not be Oprah now. Okay, Jordan. Jordan was asked, this basketball guy was asked to drop. He dropped out from his ninth grade. If he lacked confidence and criticized himself, he said, I'm not going to go anywhere and be a drunkard, be selling drugs. But look at what Jordan is. He's one of the best basketballers we have. So criticizing yourself definitely does not help in any way. So remove the critics that you had in you in order for you to have the confidence to pursue everything that comes your way, academic-wise.
Thank you so much. I have something with me here, but the same assumption. Silence your inner critic. We all have that negative voice in our head telling us negative things,
Yeah.
right? Yes. If you're thinking negatively or you're worried a lot, change the way you think about yourself, about others, and about school. That will help you to cope with that stress, man. Exactly. All right. The last point before we go to the audience, give yourself credit. Give yourself credit. I would, I would like to have both of your perspective on this one because it's the last point, man. Yeah. So give yourself credit. Right.
I think give yourself credit. This is a situation whereby you start recognizing what you have done positive things in life or what you have achieved in the past. You put them and then you start like comparing how should I go again to make these things like to continue happening. Or for example, like you have been in school, then you used to get my A plus, then you find yourself in a situation where you start getting the C. You must consult your rank and your positive. The first thing that I used to perform good in the past, but how come this time I'm performing like this? Let me consult the background which like I came or what I did. What should I do so like I move forward about that?
All right.
I rely more. Okay, I'll give an example. I'm definitely the only female here. Okay, I'll give an example of us females. On daily basis, you get to look, you look at the mirror, and you're like, I am beautiful.
Yeah.
We give it gives us that self-esteem to walk out of the door. Why I'm giving an example of females because it starts from there. There are times when you do makeup. I do makeup. Then I look at myself in the mirror. It is not right. My eyebrows are not good. I look at myself, I'm like, I am perfect. I am giving myself credit. Academic wise, giving myself credit is in a situation where I know I've tried my best, but my best was not good enough. But then I have tried my best. I give myself credit. You know what? I tried. It
Sure.
just didn't work out, but I tried my best. I did this, did that. And like he said, when you confront your lecture, you tell me, okay, this is where you didn't do right. Then I've already given myself credit to say, okay, I have tried my best. But then my best was not very good. So what do? I add on. So I become the best. When you give yourself that self confidence inside you and say, I mentioned to say, when you tell yourself, I give an example of Oprah, when you give yourself a motive of saying, I can do this, that self confidence, no matter what happens, there's nothing impossible, I can do this, you would definitely do it. It could not be exact, but it would be almost close to exact. It would not be perfect, but it would be close to being perfect.
Sure.
So when you give yourself the self-confidence, you tell yourself, I have made it. I will make it. This is what has helped most of us push through certain situations. I remember my mock exam was not very good. Okay, grade 7 mock exam was not very good.
So,
Grade 9 mock exam was beyond bearable. I had to hide my results somewhere. But then I had to give myself confidence. I will still push through. I know it was hard, I know it was difficult, but then I know I'll pull through my exams. And come exam, I pulled through. So meaning the mock exam, if I've given myself, I lacked confidence and told myself, you know what, I failed mock. I can't do the exam. Definitely I will fail. If I told myself I've failed my quiz, then I'll not pull through my exam. If I told myself, okay, you know what, it wasn't my best, but I tried, definitely you'll get to pull through the exam. That's what brings me to our current situation. A week ago, I was reading a situation. I was reading a certain novel. It was done by Chinua Achebe. It's called Pulling Through. This novel, we're talking of a man that went through a lot of obstacles, but he had self-confidence. I'm telling myself I'm a giant, I'm a next and all. I'm telling myself no matter what happens, these guys will never defeat me. That's self-confidence. It really helps and it really builds you. It is very important to have self-confidence because that is your motive against everything that hits you.
All right. Thank you so very much. In a nutshell, give yourself a pat on the back for even the smallest achievements. This will keep you positive and motivated. Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to take some questions from the audience. The world out there may be wondering, where's the audience? Are the audience speaking?
So you can see them.
You can't see them.
We have one.
Okay,
yes,
you just tell us your name, what you're studying, and your question, sir.
my name is Israel Wandu. Uh, the program I'm doing is computer science. Yeah, my question, diagnostic question is how can you advise those students on the strategies and how to find the answers on a particular assignment that he or she is given, apart from Google?
Okay, who would want to take the question?
Okay, let me ask so I got to be sure I got the question right. You're asking how you could tackle your assignment without using Google. Okay.
And the
Um,
main ways to find the answers.
okay, before I give an answer, we have that assumption of saying Google will all. Okay, we know Google can do this, we know Google can do that. But there are other ways, like you said, study groups. It's not every time that I know everything. Okay, there is 95%. Okay, there is another 5%. I may not even know anything at all, but when I involve myself in study groups, definitely they will help me. His explanation will make sense. Okay, when you pile in, that is why there is common sense. When he brings in his ideas, I have a question. I'll know, okay, this is how I'm supposed to do it. This is how I'm supposed to tackle this. This is how this assignment says this. That is why it is very important to join study groups. You alone can't do it. So you join study groups, that's one. Then the other one is like you said, the self-confidence. Get a paper. You know, there are times when you look at an assignment, you go like, this is not my level. I can't do this. But when you sit down, you look at your question and you start analyzing a word by word. You get your dictionary. What does between mean? What does difference mean? What does this mean? Right there, when you look at the explanations, you're getting point. Oh, this means this. If it is put in a question, it says this. If this says this, if I put it in this way, it makes sense like this. So that's how you help yourself. So jot down notes. Get your dictionary. Let it contradict your mind. Okay, this is also I thought it meant this. Can't it make this? Listen, when I sit down in an environment where I am able to ask questions, it is very easy for me. Because I on my own am a slow learner. You know? That is why I associate with people who are fast learners. Because from them I steal information. When they're explaining to me, I pick out what I need to do. I pick out the necessary things. I write them down. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what my assignment is. Because remember, I said you alone can't do it.
Yeah, and just to add on where she has just ended, like if I take you back in the 19th century, obviously there was no like internet, but they used to make it because what they were doing, they were doing it for salvation. They go to this person, you ask if she knows, they should explain those points to me. No, go through it, but don't handle this, do this, or go and read this book. It's like nowadays if you go in the library, you find the different books there. Yeah, you can read them, and until you find what makes you like that's what you are looking for. Yeah.
Hope you it has been helpful.
Answers.
All right. Thank you. Any other from the audience? Yes, madam.
My name is Odin Robert. My dream is about this. So my question is how can one boost their self-esteem?
So how can one boost their self-esteem? Yeah. Current.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Only
Oni.
number.
Uh, Oni. Looking at you, you already have self-confidence. You know what we ladies do, eh? Like it's written all of my face. I'm self-confident. You understand? So how you can boost your self-confidence? One is by giving yourself credit. I tried. Okay, even though the whole class laughed at me, I got the answer wrong, but then I thought, I tried. You know, it could not be perfect, it's not correct, but I tried. I'm boosting my self-esteem. You know, if I'm walking through the door and the class is quiet, when everybody turns and looks at me, that is my self-esteem. It's my self-confidence. Why are they looking at me? I have something within me. That is why I'm saying this is me. So you can boost yourself confidence by giving yourself credit. Okay, tell yourself, I tried. Even though the class says, I tried with my best and I have made it. So that's one way of boosting yourself confidence and self-esteem, right?
I think that's what sometimes like my personal view. I may watch I've come across some movies whereby you find that one of that movies goes through some pleasures unexpected where like you didn't decide that to give up, but it's not give up. Because you have that self-confidence where like, it's going to make it no matter what. Little thing or little of your instructions is going to pull out. So it's really encouraging me because I also like I'll be in that situation where like I lose the confidence that I had. But again I raise it because of the same movie that I watched until I reach on the top which I want.
And also an addition, don't look down upon yourself. Do not look down upon yourself. You know, when you look at how we are handling issues, we think I will not pick that piece of paper. The next person coming will come and pick it because I'm not the one that threw it. You know, and the other aspect is you're telling yourself, I will not do this. I can't go and face the president. We are having a youth conference. You know, I cannot go and face the president because I'm not capable. I mean, look at my English. You know, there's somebody who is worse than you are. And that person gets to stand. You know, there are people that I usually make fun of November. You know, their LR syndrome. But then they stand. It doesn't, for them, it doesn't matter whether you laugh at them. They don't look down upon themselves. Do not look down upon yourself. Tell yourself, I will pull through. There are giants in this room, but I am a bigger giant inside. Tell yourself, I will pull through. So don't look down upon yourself.
All right. Hope Omni Mondoti, you've what has
Answer
been,
your question.
you've answered your question. Another question? Running. Yeah. Okay. Okay. A quick one.
You talked about the internet, that internet is what negative and positive impact. That now have a negative impact. When you talk about students and be given an assignment, then they just Google the question, then they copy and paste using the word submit. How can you help them? So they learn of this.
So, right. 30 seconds.
Okay.
Just 30 seconds.
I think like as you are doing your work, you need to like what I'm trying to do. Am I going to gain the system after or not? Because if you are doing the work, like for example, you have said like you go in the internet and you do work and test and you submit the assignment without reading those things. You are not having value. They are not adding value to you because you are just like you might be forced to do it. You have something like which is making you busy apart from that.
Something. Okay, 50 seconds.
Okay, a quick one. Another way to help you, you know, okay, lecturers are not here. So another way you get, you know, copying and pasting is not really a problem. The problem only comes in when it's being noticed. So you don't have to copy and paste everything. Picking information you know is necessary. Add in your common sense. Okay, this is supposed to be said like this is supposed to be. Meanwhile, you have just gotten things from the internet. Do not copy and paste. Rather, copy, put aside, extract information you need, put them in your assignment. That is the best way.
All right. Thank you so much. We are now at the close of our program. Yes. Sorry for those who wanted to ask. We are behind time. Okay, time is not with us.
Every can take you one more.
Okay, we're coming to the close of our program, our discussion. Just the words, the last words. Um, the important thing is to focus. Lord, we've highlighted a lot of strategies how to go about stress. But the most important thing is to focus on how to able to cope with this stress. If you have strategies in place, they can enhance your academic performance, keep you happy, and reduce health problems. Be sure to create your own toolbox with tips and strategies that can help you. I've been your host, Cornelius Kalonga. Thank you so much.